Hey, what's going on guys? It's Kyle here and just want to make a quick video about my entity structure and how I purchase my properties and where I hold them. So previously I had an entity, an LLC, and I would just purchase everything and put it in there. All of my properties were in that one entity. I've had a couple different partnerships with different people, and when we would do that, we would just start a new entity for those different partnerships. However, all of my personal stuff was in one entity. So I'm recently going through a little bit of a transition and I'm restructuring things. So I'm going to quickly show you guys how I'm structuring things. First of all, let me preface this by saying I'm definitely not an attorney or a CPA, and I have no clue what I'm doing. This is just how I want to structure things. So I actually have had a little bit of advice from an attorney and a CPA, and this model seems to be pretty realistic and something that makes sense. So currently, like I said, I had one LLC and I held all my properties in there. And I wasn't, those properties weren't really paying a management fee per se. So with this new setup, all the properties are going to be held in specific or different entities. No, I'm not going to go buy, a house and put it in a new entity. I'm going to put a certain dollar amount in each entity. So let's say I get up to $1 million. I will start a new entity. I'll fill that up to $1 million worth of real estate, and then I'll start a new one. Now, the reason for that is more or less just another hedge, around the asset. So if someone sued the house that's in this entity, they can't get these houses. Now, again, I'm not an attorney, and I hear a lot of different arguments that entities don't really give you that much protection. So do your own research. I don't really know. But this is the way I'm going to do it. Now, if you look here, I show like this entity is 100% owned by me. I show this one's 50% me, 50% a friend. And I show this one me, 60%, my dad, 40%. So this structure allows my management company to still manage everything. However, I have different entities with different ownership set up. So another thing to keep in mind is all the transactions will take place in the property specific entity. So, all the rent's going to come into each property specific entity. All the expenses will go out of this entity. And then every single month, say this entity collects $10,000 of rent, then it's going to pay 8% of that rent to the management company for managing it. So that I like this setup because I'm building this management company. So like my bookkeeper and some of my expenses will come out of, I'll pay my bookkeeper out of this entity. I'll pay myself out of this entity. However, I'm able to create different partnerships with different people in these different bubbles down here. And then as long as we agree to have my management company manage them, it's still getting paid, off of the rents that are coming in. So that's just the general makeup of how I'm doing things. I'm very open to different options if people have different suggestions for me, but this is just what I'm moving into. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully it was somewhat helpful, and that's kind of the way that I'm doing things. So appreciate you guys watching, and we'll talk to you in the next one.